Alrighty. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Leadership Standard. My name is Buchi Law, or KK, and I am going to be your host on today's podcast where we talk about societal issues that go on in Nigeria, societal issues that affect and border on the development and living situations of people that reside in Nigeria, as well as people that reside in the southeast, also known as the Biafran enclave of Nigeria. I want to thank you all for being here today. This is the Leadership Standard. And if you're just joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe, follow all our pages, and let us have fun. I intend to see you in this broadcast. So yes, there was good news and somewhat, of a delay. The federal government has been asked to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, discharged and acquitted him from all charges, as we are all aware. However, such orders have not been upheld by the government. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the DSS custody as I speak with you today. And that in itself is a violation of international human rights, violation of the court orders of Nigerian government, and violations of just common decency and rule of law. But it's so sad that even after they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, after they brought him from Kenya, kidnapped him from Kenya, and now that they finally resolved this whole issue with the courts, thankfully, it didn't take as much time as one would expect. Now that they've resolved this issue with the courts, still the Nigerian government has not found it they've not deemed it fit to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And it is so sad because if we do not talk about these things right now, if we do not make this kind of, if we don't talk about these things early on, believe me, it can happen to you too. It can happen to your brothers. It can happen to your sisters. That is the reason why we have to speak up about these things. We have to talk about how the Nigerian government has decided to delay the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will still have no other option, but they will still have to do so. And let's not even talk about how much insecurity that can also, bring into the society. But don't take it from me. I want to play a video clip of one of our elder statesmen in Igbo land talking about the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu needs to be released. Let's take a look.
The Attorney General said they're still studying the judgment. In a case that they take it up to the Supreme Court, what would this mean for you?
Going to the Supreme Court is a waste of time. And I think the government should face the facts, face the situation as it is. What do you gain from the Supreme Court? And unless the Supreme Court is somehow dictated to, there's nothing else left for the Supreme Court to do. The judgment of the appeal court is very clear, very total. I don't know, unless the Supreme Court is just to go be told what to say by the government, and it says so. But we have a new Chief Justice, and I don't believe that that man is going to succumb to the kind of impunity which the Malami kind of our judge. In fact, I don't blame anybody. I don't blame Malami. I don't blame President. I don't. God, our God in heaven, the Almighty God, is preparing Nigeria. The Nano case, very soon he will be released. Very, very soon. We, the Igbo
As you can see, there is hope that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released soon. Everyone is hoping and praying that this man gets released, because it doesn't make any sense how the Nigerian government has constantly violated its own laws in its own courts by its own people. But yet they are still out there releasing terrorists, still out there giving amnesty to terrorists, still out there giving amnesty to real life criminals that are out there destroying life and properties of people. So we have to ask ourselves, how long more is this gonna cost? How much life is the Nigerian government are they willing to sacrifice for the people that live in Nigeria, who have suffered constantly from this violation of the human rights? Now, this is what another friend, of the Igbo people said, Ikenga, that violating court order may cause crisis in the southeast. All right, Ikenga is the right activist and a candidate of the PDP for Idiatel North and South Federal Constituency seat in Imo State. He said that any violation of the order of the Court of Appeal that violates the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can threaten the peace of the Southeast. We are very sure that the Nigerian government does not want anything that's going to threaten the peace of the Southeast. Recall that the judgment of the Court of Appeal delivered on October 13th. This is 6 days after the judgment, and they have not still discharged or released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All right. Now, you must also know that Michael Zokeme wrote to the Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Justice, demanding an unconditional release from the detention facility of the DSS. Reacting to this delay in his statement, Ugo Chinyere expressed concerns over the development. And he also further stated that the disobedience and continued detention of Kanu was an expression of hatred by the federal government against the Igbos. It's as simple as that. They do not want the Igbo man to survive or succeed in Nigeria. And he said that they are left with no other option than to plan a rally in Idiato to demand APC government free Nnamdi Kanu as ordered by the courts. So that is what they're going to do. They're going to go out there, demand a total release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the federal government. The APC-led federal government, they hate the Igbo people. And it is clear. This is a pure demonstration of hatred towards the Igbo people. The only way the government can exonerate itself from this is to show and demonstrate its love for the people of this region and release Nnamdi Kanu. The marginalization is too glaring, and if Nnamdi Kanu was from a different region of this country, it could have been released since. What else do you need to be told to show that the Igbo people in Nigeria are being marginalized? The Igbo people in Nigeria are being held down. They're being put in prisons all over the country. There are disappearances of each of them all over the country. These are the same people that the government of Nigeria have said that they are the ones in control of the economy of Nigeria. So we all know that if the Igbo people decide today to pull out their funds from Nigeria, Nigeria in itself will crumble. It will crush as a country. So why then is the Nigerian government not taking the time to attend to the needs of the Igbo people and give them what they desire so that they can live a fulfilled life? All the Igbo people have ever cared about is just to live a life of prosperity, a life of fulfillment. That's all they care about. They don't care about all these titles or anything. All they just need is a space where they can carry out their businesses effectively. And that is what the Nigerian government has failed to provide to them. So today we are begging and we are pleading. Not that we have to, but we're asking the Nigerian government to do the right thing and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, release Idarago, release all these other people that have been put in the custody of the DSS, in the custody of the state, for just identifying as people who support IPOB or care about their interest. And now not to talk about the soldiers that are out there deliberately burning and killing Igbo people all around Nigeria. So I don't know what to tell you, but if this continues like this, there can never be a united country. If there is a targeted people, there can never be a united country. That is just what it is.
Council for the Proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Nemeke Jofo, says it is unconstitutional the continued detention of 24 members of the body by security operatives of the federal government. Ejiofor, who said this during a media briefing in Abuja, claimed that the detainees were picked up in various states of the Southeast geopolitical zone and had been in detention since 2021. The IPOB lawyer alleged that all efforts to locate and interface with the detained members have been rebuffed by the authorities of the Department of the State Service, he says.
We are urging and asking and requesting the entire society, the entire Nigerians, and not only Nigerians, the international community, to come to our aid, to urge and to impress on the federal government of Nigeria that laws must be obeyed. And the way to obeying the law is not to disrespect the Constitution. If, assuming these counter-affidavits they filed in the various courts don't exist, how can we prove that the army or the SSS have these people?
Ejiofor accused the DSS of flagrant breach of the fundamental rights of the detainees, saying that most of them, especially the clergymen, were innocent but were unlawfully arrested in their various churches. Those alleged to have been hurled into unknown detention facilities are Ikechukwu Henry, Joy Udo, Emeka Ngomadi, Pius Awoke, Chinedu Moha, Igwe Johnson Dike, amongst others. He pleaded with the DSS to arraign the detainees in law courts if they have been deemed to have committed any known offense, instead of keeping them in unknown detention camps in breach of the 1999 Constitution.
What else do you need to hear? What else do you need to know about this situation before you understand that the Nigerian government is out there targeting Igbo people, kidnapping them from their churches, even pastors, even clergymen? Can they do this to Adeboye? Can they do this to Oyedepo? Can they do this to all these other top Yoruba pastors? Why are they not doing it to Igbo pastors? Why are they doing it to the Igbo people? You see you see how they are targeting Igbo people? How they are specifically targeting Igbo people for extinction? But they cannot succeed. They will not succeed. The Igbo man will keep rising and rising to the greatest heights that this world has ever imagined. The Igbo man will keep going to the top of any sector that has ever imagined, whether they like it or not. That is a decree by God, not just by them, but a decree by God. So what they can do, whatever they want to do, they can try whatever they want to try, they can create whatever they want to create, but their actions and their thoughts against the Igbo people will never succeed. God in his infinite mercy will continue to protect and provide for them, because it doesn't make any sense how they've continued to hold Igbo, say 24 persons arrested over Lingui Kanu are missing. These people are missing. That is what Ejiofor was talking about. He was talking about how can you just, you take them from their homes, you don't put them in courts, you don't put them in places, you don't even make a way for them to go to court and speed up the process. You just dump them in even an overcrowded police stations. So Ejiofor, that briefed newsmen in Abuja, bemoaned the fact that some of the missing persons, he said, were arrested from their homes since August 2021, and they have not been seen, neither have they been charged to court. This is not how you run a fair system of government. This is not how you run a system of government aimed at providing justice and fairness and human rights to everyone. None of them have been allowed to contact their lawyers or family, and all judicial efforts made to see them have either been thwarted and frustrated. So what are we talking about here? Why is the Nigerian government aiming at killing these people? Why are they not trying to bring them out? Even those that were detained was 20-year-old Joy Udo, known as Idara Gold, who hails from Akwa Ibom State. She was just arrested because she was wearing a color of Biafran flag on her birthday. And they stormed her house in search of her fiance. She was arrested alongside all of her siblings of her fiance. So what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Why are we going through this as a nation? A nation that is claiming to be united. This is why a lot of people wake up in the morning and they lay curses on Nigeria, saying Nigeria will not prosper, Nigeria will not do this. This is why Nigeria is where it's at today, because of the lack of human rights, lack of fairness, lack of justice, lack of equity, lack of decency. It's okay, you can use your powers to arrest somebody, but let's take the person to court. Don't leave the person in detention. The person that you're leaving in detention is going to work, he's making money, he's paying taxes. These are taxes that are being put in prisons now. Now the prison system has to think about food, feeding these people, thinking about all these other things. And the real criminals that should be there are not there. They're outside, breaking out of jail cells. So if you think Nigeria is going to make progress anytime soon, I wish you all the best. But things like this, if they're not sorted out immediately, they will only delay the progress of Nigeria. If Nigeria ever even survives what's coming to it. with all these internal and external problems. So my call today is this: let the Nigerian government release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let the Nigerian government take all these people that it has detained. If you're not going to take them to court, then they should release them. Stop targeting Igbo people. Stop targeting the homes of Igbo people. Stop targeting the churches of Igbo people. And let the Nigerian government show the same force it is putting in Igbo land against the terrorists of Nigeria, the real terrorists, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, the ISIS, the people that are really, really seeking to demolish and destroy the fabric of the Nigerian economy. If they are not going to do that, then what they are doing is partiality, and it is against the laws of fairness. That is my stand. That is where I think is fair. If anybody has committed a crime, the person should be taken to court and not left in a prison cell to rot and waste the person's life and waste the person's future. There's little hope for those that are free in Nigeria. Now, what exactly will be the hope of those that are locked up for crimes that they did not even commit in the first place? That is where I stand. And at this point in time, I wish everyone the best of luck, and thank you for watching.